What's going on, guys? I'm Ecliptic, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the full Easter egg on Zetsubou no Shima on solo or 4 players, however many players you want. But anyways, before we go straight into the game, the first Easter egg step is actually putting on a gobblegum, and that gobblegum is anywhere but here. This gobblegum is required for the Easter egg to be completed, and if you're playing solo, then you absolutely need this gobblegum, or else you cannot complete the Easter egg, as you will see later on in the game. But anyways, let's get on into the video. Now for the next step, you and your team want to actually head over to the challenge totems. If you're playing solo, this is a little bit easier, but anyways, you're going to all need to get your challenges done on your challenging totem. If you guys don't like your challenges, then you can just restart the game and go get better challenges, but everyone in the game needs their challenges done in order to do one of the steps in the Easter egg. But you can do these challenges whilst you're doing other steps of the Easter egg. So keep that in mind and make sure you get that done. In order to go on with the Easter egg, you're going to need the Wonder Weapon. Now, the first part comes from a random zombie. It'll be a glowing green zombie and you'll have a random vial on it, but once you get that vial, you're good to go for the first part of the buildable Wonder Weapon. Now, as for the next part to the Wonder Weapon, you're going to need a spider round, or just a spider in general, and once you get a spider, you want to head over to the Laboratory A side of the map. There will be a cage inside the room right here that you can lower down the cage, and then once you lower down the cage, it'll be open. And once the cage is open, you want to lure the spider inside of the cage, like so. So once he's inside of the cage, you want to head back up. You want to turn on the cage controls again, and then it'll bring up the cage once again, and it'll give you the next part to your Wonder Weapon, like so. Alright, for the last piece of the buildable Wonder Weapon, you want to go and head into the underwater cave system in the map. It is right in the bunker, so once you go and head to the underwater cave system, you want to head all the way down to the bottom of the cave system, and that'll lead you straight to the plant or the herb, which is the last piece to the Wonder Weapon that you need. Once you get the herb, you're good to go. Make sure that you go up for air before you go all the way down if you don't have a gas mask, or else you'll drown. And when you pick up the herb, use the spore for air because it'll give you air, and now you're ready for the Wonder Weapon. Once you achieve the third piece for your gun, you want to head to the right over here, and there will be the buildable table for your Wonder Weapon. Once you get the Wonder Weapon in your hands, you're good to go. You don't need to do anything else with it until a little while, but once you have it, you're good to go, and now you're ready to move on to the next step of the Easter egg. Alright, for the next step, what you want to do is you want to go and obtain the skull of Zetsubou. Now, this skull is obtained by doing the 4 skeleton skull rituals, or the keeper skull rituals around the map. Once you do those 4, you will be able to unlock this catacomb area and then do the final ritual by killing a bunch of keepers around it, and it'll put the souls of the keepers inside the keeper's skull. Once you have that complete and you have the skull, you are good to go for the next step, and you can now officially start going on to the steps of the Easter egg with this skull. Now that you've obtained the skull of Zetsubou, you want to go and head down into the purple water room, which is inside the bunker, where you'll be pulling out your skull of Zetsubou to use the mesmerize function on the poster that's on the wall in order to reveal the rest of the poster. Once you have done that, you are ready to reveal the next thing with your skull, so be sure to keep your skull out in the time being. The next thing we are revealing is the elevator door. Once you have opened up this door with the mesmerize function, you are now officially starting up this Easter egg. But before we move on, we must do other things before we continue on with the Easter egg. Now for the next step, what you're going to do is you are going to go and head to the spider boss and kill it. Once you have slain the giant beast, it will drop an item for you that is for the Wonder Weapon upgrade, and this item would be the fang of the spider. Once you have obtained the fang from the spider, you are ready to move on to the next step. Now for the next step, this is where you'll need to be done with all of your challenges. With that said, what you are going to do is stand on the middle platform until lightning strikes. When it does strike, it will need to electrocute your shield. Once your shield is charged, you now want to head over to Laboratory B site. Once you are there, you'll see a cage and a control panel. You want to hit that control panel with your shield, and it will open the cage. Once the cage opens, you want to walk inside of it and head down into the secret room. You then want to look for a skeleton with a vial in its ribcage, and you want to take that vial. Once you have the vial, you are ready for the next step of the Easter egg. Now for the next step, it's going to require some timing, so whenever I say here, that is when you want to use your interact key to pick up the rainbow water, which is inside the sewer pipeline. So wait for it, and right here is when you use your interact key in order to pick up the rainbow water. It has to be right there in the sewer pipeline, or else it will not work. It cannot be anywhere in the sewer pipeline. It has to be right next to the element 115 rock that is on your right. Once you have obtained the rainbow water, you want to head back down into the cove where you originally got the herb for your KT4 build. Once you are down there, you want to pull out your Skull of Zetsubou and mesmerize the wall right here, which will open up a secret little cove with a plant area. And once you do that, you want to plant a seed inside this little cove and then pour the rainbow water onto the seed. Once you do that, you have to return there every round for 3 rounds and pour more water onto the seed. It'll eventually grow into a plant that you need to take in order to upgrade the KT4 Wonder Weapon. Once you take this plant, that is the final piece that you need in order to upgrade the KT4 Wonder Weapon. Once you have all 3 pieces of the upgrade, you want to go and head to the table that's right next to the original KT4 buildable table, and you want to put your KT4 on this table in order to upgrade it, and you'll now have the upgraded Wonder Weapon for the Easter egg. Now that you have upgraded the Wonder Weapon, you can continue on with the main quest of the Easter egg, which is getting the 3 cogs. You need to get your shield to have another electric charge on it, so once you do that, you want to head to the docks where the zipline is, you want to melee the control panel with the shield, and you want to take the zipline. Now, I don't know what gets you off the zipline, but all I know is when you smash every button on your controller, it eventually kicks you off the zipline onto the docks, and then once you are on the docks, you can pick up the cog and you're ready to go. For the next cog, it's very simple. All you need to do is you need to get your Anywhere But Here Gobblegum, and once you get the Anywhere But Here Gobblegum, you can use the Gobblegum anywhere on the map, and it'll teleport you into this incubator room where it will have the cog. Once you grab the cog, you can teleport straight back out of the room because zombies will actually spawn in that room and attack you. But like I said, once you have the cog, you can just teleport straight back out and you're good to go. Now for the third and final cog, you need to fill up your bucket with blue water. The blue water is located right next to the spider cove where the spider boss is. Once you get the blue water, you are ready to go and you're good for the next step. Now that you have the blue bucket of water, you want to find a plant location and then plant a seed onto it and then pour water onto it with the blue water, and then right after that you want to immediately shoot it with your KT4 or your Mana Mune, which will then give a green particle effect to the plant. You want to do this for 3 rounds straight, just like the other plant. Once you do that, it'll appear as a plant, and once you open that plant, it will give you a giant AA bullet, which was required for the 3rd cog. Now that you have the AA bullet, you want to head to the AA cannon, which is in the bunker. You want to load the AA bullet into the AA gun. Be careful to not accidentally shoot off the AA gun because you actually need to shoot down an airplane. Once you see the airplane, don't immediately shoot. You want to wait for it to get within range of the AA gun. Once it's within range, you want to shoot the plane down with the AA gun. You'll see a little smoke flying through the air, which is what I was looking at just then, and that is going to be the 3rd cog that you need. It usually always lands around the laboratory A area, so I was looking around for it. Mine appeared right over to the right of me, which you'll see right now. My cog appeared right there, and whenever you see the cog, it'll always be smoking, and that is a 3rd and final cog that you need. Now for the final step of the Easter egg, you want to place the 3rd and final cog onto the engine for the elevator. The elevator doors will then open. You can then take the elevator down into the final boss fight room, and this is where you need the upgraded Wonder Weapon in order to get past these vines. Once you get past these vines, it'll enter you into the boss fight room, which is a giant thrasher. In order to kill the boss, all you have to do is shoot the vines with the upgraded Wonder Weapon, and once you do that with all 4 of his vines, it'll kill the boss and you'll be done with the Easter egg. Now this boss fight will have a bunch of thrashers spawn in and constantly attack you. Thrashers do a lot of damage to you, so you have to be careful of them. The boss will also swing his giant vines from time to time, which will damage you big time, so be careful of that. But actually, it's basically rinse and repeat from this point after you destroy the first vine. After that, you got to destroy the other 3 vines the same way with the upgraded wonder weapon. Not too hard. The thrashers are the only annoying thing. Nothing else really attacks you during this. It's just the thrashers that are a little bit of a pain because they do a lot of damage per hit. But basically, that is all the boss fight is. It is just hitting his vines each time with their wonder weapon, and that will eventually kill the boss off and give you the ending cutscene and your trophy for completing the Easter egg. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you found it helpful to you guys. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!